Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of Dark Side of the Word. We weed out the good, the bad, the creepy, so you don't have to. Join us as we discuss our latest book club reads and content recommendations. All topics are dissected and debated from a creative's perspective. New episodes are posted every second and last Thursday of the month. Watch Dark Side of the Word on YouTube or listen to the audio-only version on iHeart, Apple, and Spotify. Hello, and welcome back to another episode. I hope that everyone is doing amazing out there. And with our current climate, you come to this podcast to escape, to talk about books, to escape, to get away, and to be happy. So we're going to keep it light and fluffy. Well, I mean, how light and fluffy can we keep it when we're talking about horror stories?
I mean, probably not that light and fluffy, but in terms of climate, like actual weather climate, it is very dark and stormy where I am most days lately for some reason. I feel like we've moved to Scotland, so dark and creepy books are good with the climate right now. Even though it's summer, I'm in the mood for some spooky stuff.
So you're telling me you're doing your October reading now?
I feel like I am.
It's Summerween 100% by
It's
you.
Summerween. It's 100% Summerween right now because of the weather. Like, I was wearing a sweater earlier today. I've been wearing sweatpants. I put on a light jacket to go outside the other day. It's supposed to end soon, but I don't know. It's been very rainy and depressing lately.
I just wanted the whole world to understand what I went through when I lived in Seattle and to understand why I moved back home to Florida.
Yeah.
Because I think Seattle might actually be getting nicer weather than you right now.
I feel like we've had one day each week where there's sunshine, and normally I love cold, rainy like weather so I can be cozy, but apparently I don't love it in summer because I am so upset now when there's no sun. And the day that there is sun, I'm just like, oh my God, this is the best day. I'm in the best mood. I'm going to get a ton of things done. And then the next morning I wake up and there's rain and gloom in the house, and I'm like, I'm just going to go to sleep for another hour. And that's it. And that's what I do.
Yeah, normally the sunny weather doesn't start until after July 4th in Seattle, so yeah.
I think we have now moved to that. I have high hopes for July, but I'm not betting on them.
Just watch, summer's gonna like go into further and be warm through October, right? And then we're all fucked.
Yeah.
Anyway, so friends, today, yes, we are going to be talking about the book that is on the thumbnail, which is Bat Eater and Other Names for Cora Zeng. Are we saying Zeng?
I'm saying Zhang.
Zhang by
Zhang.
Kylie Lee Baker. Right? Kylie? I'm cursed. This is my curse for life.
The names are not your forte. That's okay. That's why my name for you is only 2 letters.
Yeah, she cut that down. Make it easier on me. Well, I'm doing a this, I don't know, I want to do something different. So I'm starting a brand new. I guess we'll just jump into updating everyone.
Okay, update, go. Launch.
So if you want to you're here just to hear our thoughts about the book and to do book club, check out the show notes. We'll have the number. Skip to link, the number. Now, because of the different platforms this is posted on, it may not be super accurate. So might have to scroll forward just a little bit. Otherwise, you care to hear from us, stick around and we'll update you about some life stuff.
Yes. I feel like it's been so long since we recorded a podcast episode. We have a lot to update on.
Yeah, because we had our little fun author interview that we had previously recorded, and we were so happy to put out. If you missed it, we had Amy McNee on the podcast.
Amazing.
I got fulfilled editing it because then I got to watch it all again, and I was just, it was amazing.
It was wonderful. Please go watch it or listen to it because seriously, it was life-changing for both of us, and we think that all creatives will be inspired by it.
100%. And we also just really want to like promote her as well. She's an amazing human soul who is really the mother of creatives and here for all of us. She wants to feed us. She wants to be there for us. And I just...
It's all the
anyway, so I decided to start on an epic fantasy series.
Okay.
Last week. When I say epic, I'm saying like 19 books in the series. Okay, we're on a long...
Wow.
We're on a long quest here. And for some crazy idea, I decided to like vlog reading the first book, kind of like after I read chunks, like sitting down and saying how I feel and giving spoilers and giving more of like a book recap too, in case people are halfway through the series and don't remember what happened and want to like know without rereading the whole first book.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here trying to talk about the book, and I'm cursed over and over with the whose name? What town?
Yeah, 19 books. That's a lot of people to keep straight, my dear. Oh my goodness.
Well, and the worst part is that the main character has like 3 names. So he was never named as a child. So he
Okay.
just said boy. Well, they
Okay.
called me boy. So he was boy first. And then he was named by the person who semi-raised him up until like 12, which was Fitz. And then he meets someone else who's taking him under his tutelage, and she's like, well, what's your name? And he's like, it's boy. She's like, that's not a name, so I'm going to call you Thomas.
Boy Fitz Thomas. Okay.
I'm just like, what stage are we in? What is his actual name? I
That's
refer
confusing.
to the synopsis of the book where they refer to him as Fitz. So his name is Fitz.
Okay.
And if anyone's wondering what book it is, I am reading Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb, which technically it's 19 books total, but they're like, she breaks them up into trilogies, but really it's 19 books. Let's be honest. It's 19 books. Yeah, so we are on a journey now.
Do you know how long she's been writing that series? Like, is it like 10 years or more, or does she cram them all into 5 years or something like that?
So the first book, the book I'm reading now, originally came out in 95.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And I think, no, I'm not even gonna answer that. I don't even know when the last book of like that essentially wraps it all up came out. I think it came out in the teens. So she was probably doing this for at least 20 years of writing in this series.
That's amazing.
She is so highly regarded in the fantasy space, and she's like one of the top people. And I'll admit, like, I'm kind of in love.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give a caveat though. A dog has already been killed in the first third of the first book.
Uncalled for. Uncalled for.
It did happen to save a little boy of 6.
But we could lose the kid. Save the dog. Yeah. 4-legged friends for life.
That's like, I will always spoil animal deaths.
Yeah, because we want to know what we're going into.
But I'm almost done with book 1. I already have book 2. So yeah, that's what I've been currently reading because I've just been consuming that, as well as trying to finish Fellowship of the Ring. I have 40 pages left.
Right. Okay. Are you still liking it?
I'm so excited. Yes.
Okay.
That's good. Also, except, okay, have you seen Lord of the Rings, CJ?
Once a very long time ago.
Okay, this is enough of that you will know this reference.
Probably
But
not.
okay, so you will know. So there's the famous line in Lord of the Rings of "You shall not pass."
Yes, I've seen memes.
You shall not pass. It's like, it's iconic. I knew you would know this. Do you know in the book? This is the one time I will say creative liberty in the movies saved the day, because in the book it is you cannot.
Oh, not as forceful.
That doesn't
not
have
as forceful.
That doesn't
Gotta
have
the oldie English in there to really make it ring true.
I know.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I was very disappointing.
That's disappointing.
I was like, we're getting to the part. We're getting to the part. What the?
And it's written in English. So you can't even blame like a translation error or something. You know, like somebody translated it a different way. Nope. No, he wrote it poorly. Bad. Not his forceful language.
So I will give creative liberty. This is the one time where they changed something for the movies, and I'm like, yeah, damn straight you did.
Yeah. and well done. Well done choice.
Okay. So, what are you reading, CJ?
I have just finished reading a book called Sandwich by Catherine Newman, and it's not about a sandwich. I have it here because I was just reading and writing up my review for it. And I got it because I remember hearing about it last year a lot, and I thought it was going to be like this light, beachy fiction type book, and it's not. It's a lot heavier, but it's actually really, really good. It's about this woman who goes to Cape Cod for the summer every year with her family. So her husband, her now 2 adult kids, one of their, I think his girlfriend, and they spend a week up at Cape Cod in a small beach house that they rent. And the novel takes course over the full week. So you see like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And it's about the woman and how she interacts with everybody. And it's about, she's menopausal because she's in her 50s. And it just gives such a great depiction of what women go through, like with the hot flashes and the emotional swings and things, and the reminiscing about times past, and the being totally angry at her husband and then loving him the next second. And it's funny. It's really witty. It's sharp. I was like cackling with laughter through a lot of it. I recommended it to a lot of people already. I liked it. It's really good. It's not a beachy read, but it's an entertaining read.
That sounds like fun. Yeah. I feel like sometimes beach reads can be a little too light. and I need a little bit of like meat to what I'm reading.
Yes.
So that sounds like a good combination. Now, did you finish Broken Country?
I did. I did finish it. It was good. I don't think it's worth all the hype that people are giving it, but it was good. I gave it 3 stars, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. So we're not talking Crawdad's good.
No, nowhere near Crawdad's good at all. A lot of the book, and this isn't a spoiler, but a lot of Broken Country hinges on infidelity as a plot point, and I don't find infidelity sexy. So for me, a lot of what people I think are probably going to be drawn to, like the allure of the affair and being attracted to somebody that you're not supposed to be attracted to, when you're saying that you're in a wonderfully happy marriage and you're still trying to have an affair, like it's just fucking greedy, and I don't want to get into that. So that allure wasn't there for me.
Good. I'm glad to hear that, CJ.
As is my husband.
I'm too much of a jealous fuck to ever like one, do anything, or two, have someone do something to me. So
yeah, I don't get jealous. I'm that type of person who I was friends with a lot of exes. I can befriend like someone else's ex. Like I could befriend my husband's exes if that were a possibility. I would have no problem with that. Yeah, and a lot of people don't understand that, but I don't know. There's someone they used to know. And that's it. That's it.
can't do it. Now, I have some very sad news to tell everyone on here, though, as a segue to our next catch-up.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm bracing myself.
We come here to say goodbye because Etoile has been canceled.
It has indeed been canceled. I still have to watch the last episode.
Yes, you do!
I know. I want to kind of not watch it now that I know it's been canceled because I want it to just never end in my mind.
Yeah, but you're kind of in a bad spot, are you?
I forget now. It's been a while.
I just don't understand. This is 2 ballet shows that she has made that have been canceled after one season.
The Bunheads one,
yeah,
right?
I loved Bunheads. It
had
was
Sutton
very
Foster
angry.
in it, who's in that younger show that I also like.
Yes, that is sad and depressing.
I mean, she does have like other major hits, like Gilmore Girls, Amy Sherman Palladino.
Yeah, she has 2. We needed a third.
So she's doing okay for herself. I don't feel too bad for her, quite honestly.
Now, what have I been watching? Well, I finally saw 4 seasons. Thank you so much, CJ, for not preparing me.
I couldn't. You have to be shocked by it. Don't say it on here. You can't let people know. That is a huge spoiler.
I'm not. But besides that, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah. But it was so good, right? It was so good.
Yeah, but that is also the thing getting a season 2. And come on, it should have just ended where it was.
I'm curious to see where they go, but yes, they probably should have ended it.
I just don't care about the next plot point. To be honest, the big reveal at the end, I don't really care to see how that plays out and to see the emotional growth. No, it's emotional trauma. Like it's gonna be this thing where they're forced to be around each other, and then they have to learn to be, family together. No.
I just want more of Claude. Was that his name? The Italian guy, the gay Italian guy. I love him. So. I want one of him. He seems amazing. Just like cuddly and happy and supportive and fun and sassy. Yeah, ultimate best friend right there. Oh my God, I want one.
All right, so you need to be cuddly and sassy.
And fun and have that nice accent too. That was very nice.
Debbie Downer.
It's okay. I don't think most people can be Claude. He has just such a vivacious personality, so it's a lot to live up to. Don't even try. We'll never make it. I think you're born with that. He's gay and Italian and good looking. Like just all together, it's a perfect package. We can't hope to compete.
So I watched that, and now I'm in the middle of watching White Lotus season 3, which I have to say I like a lot better than season 2. Oh, you watched season 3?
Yeah. Now, do you find that guy, the old guy with the young chick, attractive?
What?
He's like a sex symbol right now. Walter Coggins or whatever, the guy who's like the criminal with the girl with the buck teeth.
Yeah, no. Ew, no. Ew,
yeah,
no.
Right? Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, apparently
really?
He's like a sex symbol, and people are very divided on this because, I mean...
Well, I heard there's real life drama between him and the actress that played his girlfriend or whatever.
There is drama or there isn't?
Yeah, I heard there was drama. Like, he was a dick to her or something. I heard. I don't know. I stayed out of anything White Lotus until I was watching it, so I have no idea about the behind the scenes.
My favorite line in the whole season. The coconut milk is off. Wait till you get to it. The best line in the entire season. You'll know it when you hear it. You'll never forget it. It's Don't look it up.
I'm not.
Just wait for it. And everybody who's watched, you know what I'm talking about. I could watch that one clip over and over again when that line is said, because that is the funniest fucking. I think I watched it 3 times in a row because I just could not stop laughing.
Well, hopefully I will finish it this week. We shall see. I have video games to play and a book to finish, and yeah.
Got lots
I was so
do.
disappointed last night. I finished my video game not realizing that was the end, and I was beating the bad boss, and so the final boss, I beat them, and then it was this very anticlimactic ending, and then I just sat there like it's done.
Oh, I'm sorry. That is disappointing news.
Well, except for the very end, the end of it all. It was a really good video game. I was
What game was
obsessed. It was Star Wars Fallen Order.
Oh,
I was loving it. I was having the best time, and then it was just over.
Maybe now there's room for a new game to take its place.
Yeah, there's game number 2, Star Wars Survivor.
There you go.
But still, it's just,
console yourself with a new game.
I just would have liked to have known as I was beating the final boss that this is going to be the end.
You could mentally prepare yourself.
Yes, instead of just being like, "Yay, I beat the final boss," and then be like, "What?"
Yep.
I should have known when Darth Vader showed up that was going to
be. Yeah, that's like a death knell right there.
Feeling, I was like, wait, Darth Vader just showed up. Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you watching?
I just finished watching this limited mini-series. It's only 4 episodes on Netflix called La Palma, which is a disaster movie, and I love disaster movies. This has a volcano and a tsunami in it. One causes the other.
Well, yeah, that's kind of...
Not always. Usually it's an earthquake, but this is a volcano where the mountain will collapse and cause the largest tsunami ever known to man on the earth.
I mean, it's logical. It's scientifically plausible.
It's very good. It's a Norwegian film, so it's mostly in Norwegian with subtitles, but they also intersperse Spanish because it takes place. La Palma is one of the Canary Islands off the coast of Spain. And then there's also some English in there too.
I can't watch it.
And if you've seen if you're a Dante's Peak fan, gotta see this movie. Because it's right up there. You've never heard of Dante's Peak? Ever? With Pierce Brosnan and some other chick?
Yeah, no, I don't know. Mm-mm.
Really? Oh my God, are you into disaster movies at all?
Not really.
Okay, yeah. I mean, they're not cinematic masterpieces, so I can see why.
It's not Wow, you're just saying that. No, I just don't think, I'll watch monster movies and stuff like that. I don't know. I feel that they stress me out too much. And
yes, this is a little stressful. It is a little stressful. But I just love it. I don't know why. I crave watching these. They're just so good. I will watch so many of them. They're so good. So I recommend La Palma. It's good. It's entertaining. Dante's Peak fans, this one's for you. Go for it. Okay. 4 episodes, you're done.
I do like that, though. With this world of so much content. Ugh.
Yeah. So you're done. And I think they were maybe 45 minutes to an hour each. So a half a day. We binged it in a half a day. So just don't watch it at night, because I think I did get a few nightmares from it. So watch it during the daylight hours, and maybe if you're not at the beach. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to the beach.
Or a volcano. I'm never going to La Palma. I can take the Canary Islands off my destination list.
I did forget. I have a bone to pick with you.
Oh. What?
I watched that Apple Plus show
you have to be more specific.
Loved. Oh, Invasion.
Oh, Invasion. Yeah, I don't know what crack you're smoking that you did not like that show. The first season. The second season sucks. The first season was amazing.
It's so bad. It is
so good. I could not stop watching it. We could not stop watching it.
I found my people on Reddit who agree with me. I don't even know if we finished episode 3. I don't know if we get. Yeah, no. Everyone is such a whiny brat on there. And where the fucking aliens?
They come. It's about the suspense.
There is no suspense. Everyone is annoying, and I would rather slit their own their throats for them.
And they're such caricatures. I know. No, you made me lose a day
Okay.
of my
Then
PJ day.
Not everything is for everybody. That is okay.
We had to end up switching to Foundation so we could finish season 1 finally with
We gotta
my
watch
partner.
that still.
It is so
I
good.
keep meaning.
It's so good. And season 3 is about to come out, so I'm stoked.
I suggested sometimes, and then we're like, no, we don't want to watch something heavy before bed. And then we're like, ooh, La Palma.
The thing that actually gave me nightmares.
I'm so bad. Well, we'll watch like something like La Palma, and now after that, we'll chase it with like Antiques Roadshow, or we found this show called Makeover by Monday. So it's nice. They do a makeover by Monday of a house.
Oh,
Or
okay.
like, not a house, like a room, basically. And it's just like surface stuff. So it's like 3 days, Friday to Monday.
Yeah,
But it's nice and light and breezy and a good tonic after the world ends and the other show.
We just watch Housewives before bed. Housewives or Below Deck or something on Bravo, to be honest.
I have started watching my 90 Day Fiancé series again because I saw that there was a new spinoff called The Hunt for Love, which has singles on like a Love Island type thing, basically, and then brings other people who weren't on the show in, and they're all mixed in together. And I saw one dude on the show who was part of a couple in something else, like another 90s Day spinoff. And I was like, oh my God, why is he on the singles people island? So I'm like, I have to catch up. So I started watching where I left off with everything. And now I'm back in the 90 Day world.
You should give Below Deck a try, though. You really should.
I know. I feel like I can only allow myself one trashy TV show, though.
It's not that trashy.
To me, it's trashy. Like, they're all trashy. Like, reality TV to me is just trashy. And I'm like, I need to have my one brain turn off thing, and then the rest, no. Yeah. Okay, so what are you working on?
Ugh, I haven't worked in 3 weeks, to be honest.
That's okay.
Life
you
is life.
Skip you and go to me?
Well, I was trying to think if there was anything else. I think I've just been coasting because, trying to keep the behind the scenes wheels turning without super forward progress. More and more every day I hear how I need to just self-publish, though, because someone else I was talking to too was like, you tell your wife just to self-publish. So I'm just going to do it. I would love to be done like before October. Life is lifing.
Life is lifing. It's okay. You just keep going toward it. If you got to push the date out a little bit, that's okay.
And then I feel like I haven't worked in my other company. I have been more consistent with Instagram, and I'm going to call that a win.
There you go.
And I've been posting to YouTube Shorts. So that is what I've been working on.
Okay. Then that is good news, and we are proud of you for that.
At least I knew that our Spotify had video. Anyway, okay, moving on.
It's because I watch us on YouTube and not Spotify. I used to watch us or listen to us on Spotify. And then we went to YouTube, and I was just so enamored with seeing myself on camera that I just kept watching on YouTube. So I didn't know we switched over on Spotify as well.
It's okay. I'll forgive you. All right, what are you working on? You take the show.
Okay. So I forget my last recap for my work stuff, but we all know I'm revising Ghost Children. I hit a roadblock halfway through. I was not making good progress, so I decided to revamp how I'm revising. And a very long story short, when I was in high school, I was in my English class and I had to write research papers. And the way I was taught to do it was using this index card method where you write down all your major ideas, all your plot points, all the things you want to say, all the things you want to cram into your index cards. And then you build your outline with these index cards. And then when you go to sit down to write your paper, you just look at your outline and you sift through your cards and you just write and you just fill in basically all the gaps. So I have refound or rediscovered the planner within because I loved this method in high school for writing research papers and I was fucking fantastic at them. I had color coding up the wazoo. I was so organized and it worked for me. So I'm like, you know what? I can use this for writing my novel. So that is what I'm doing. I have the dual narratives. I already cranked out one outline for one narrative, and now I'm like 2/3 of the way done with the second narrative. So we're getting close to writing time.
So essentially you're just now a plotter.
Yes, I am a plotter, planner, definitely. And I feel like I have always been that deep down, but I never thought to apply it to my creative writing.
Well, welcome to index cards. We are very familiar with them. Post-it notes. I actually saw this really cool thing once where they took the like 3-section poster boards you see in like science fairs kind of things.
Yeah.
And then they'll do like Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, and then they have the post-it notes so you can get like, hit the emotional things. I'm not a big fan of the acts. I think stories should have more room to breathe. I feel like you can just base it yourself by making sure there's something, happening in the middle, and then you have your big end thing and just keep tension throughout the whole story. I don't feel like you need to like specifically be like, all right, here we just hit, third of the way through. I need a big moment.
Yeah. I like this method though, and I can see myself using it for my previous novels when I want to do revisions to organize everything. I don't know. My husband asked me the other day if I would use this method to write my next novel, whenever that is, which is it's not going to happen for a while. But I think I would have to do a combination because I love the spontaneity of just getting that first draft out without thinking too much. But I think what I would do is as I'm writing, instead of writing down ideas like in a document, I would make the index cards. So when I go back to revise, I already have something to work with and then build on that.
It's not a bad idea. I think that's why like Scrivener is so loved by people too, because as you're writing your chapters, the chapters make like index cards in this board and then you can rearrange and then, you make notes as you're going and it arranges everything for you. I know you're like a pen and paper person, but it is a nice feature. Yeah, we're so different how you write. I love sitting and like detailedly outlining the entire book, like big plot points.
Yeah.
And then as each time I round through, I add more and more detail until finally it's like done.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm liking it a lot so far. It's really
I don't like
really
any
awesome.
pantsing. No, my only pantsing comes in like the very first outline, like the very just basic.
Yeah.
This is what's happening.
Yeah. I think that may be how I do it from now on as well, because it's working well for me. I can see, as a friend recently said, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I don't think it's an oncoming train. It's actually light. Right? Isn't that the best? Isn't that the best phrase ever? I loved it.
Oh my God, that clearly was not from me.
No, it was not from you. It was not from you. I'm like, oh my God, I have never heard that before. And she's like, I just made it up. I'm like, you're fucking brilliant, and this is why I'm friends with you. Don't be jealous.
All right, who do I need to kill?
She listens to our podcast too.
Lose a listener, keep a friend.
Keep the listener. We need all the help we can get.
No, I think it's great. I think this is the break that you needed to get your book going. I think you just had way too many freaking. I heard the analogy, even though I heard it before, but like plate spinning. You just were like,
yes, definitely.
And you just have to tighten it up.
Yeah, it's definitely being tightened up. And I go through, I have plot points, I have subplot points, I have my ghost moments that I want to weave in. I have cards that I literally call, don't forget to put this in, basically. Those are the green cards. And I go through them like for every chapter and think where I can sift them into the story. And it's working really well. So I hit all the points as often as possible.
I think you have an amazing story idea, and I want you to see it through,
You know what? I think I do too. Thank you very much. And I really feel it now more that I have gotten my handle on this whole beast. And I'm excited. I'm excited to work on this.
And if you want me to read your book, you better fucking send the whole thing this time because I'm tired of stuff.
I will send the whole thing. I'm going to write the outline and then I'm going to write the whole thing and then I'm going to send it to you.
CJ, you've been such a tease. You've been such a tease. I actually thought of an update.
Oh, okay.
Real
Please
quick.
share with the group.
So in the little bit of writing I was able to get done in the drama of my life, I did start writing my first chapter from scratch because with going through the last edits of this book, I realized with CJ's help that there are a couple of emotional points I still needed to hit that weren't entirely coming through. So I thought of a few little extra chapters to slide in. And so I started writing my first chapter from scratch. And I actually, I haven't written from scratch. And we're not going to say.
How many years? No.
And I'm actually shocked at how quickly, all that came back. And I don't know if it's because I was already reading writing that I already did, so it's really easy to drop back into the voice of it all. But I don't know, I still say this, something has clicked in the last, 3 months where my brain and that creative input in the writing is just so in sync that it's no longer, pulling teeth to sit down and think of, the writing.
That's awesome.
And
really
when I figure it out, I'll bottle it and sell it to everyone else.
Please do, because we all could use a little bit of that magic.
Well, I think that's all about us, right?
Yeah,
So we can
about
make it
us.
all
I'm ready to
about
talk about Cora Zeng.
Yes. So, but first, just a quick word.
To take a second to go over a few things about our episodes. 1. Dark Side of the Word is hosted by Kait and CJ, two writers and creatives who can't get enough books, shows, movies, or podcasts about all things dark and creepy. 2. We're generally a book club podcast, meaning that we will be discussing the book in the episode title. There will be detailed spoilers, so if you haven't read the book yet, you might want to click away and check out our other episodes. 3. We love exploring stories with haunted houses, dark academics gone rogue, serial killer thrillers, reimagined monsters and myths, and so much more. 4. This also means that we're going to be discussing mature and sometimes triggering content, whatever the themes are featured in the book. If you're underage and you don't think that your parents are going to like you reading the book, then they're probably not going to like you listening to this podcast. Otherwise, thank you again for listening, and we hope you enjoyed the episode. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss a book, and use the comment section to continue the conversation or share your thoughts.
It is officially time, so if you clicked ahead, you have arrived. We are going to be talking about Bat Eater and Other Names for Cora Zeng by Kylie Lee Baker. All right, let's see.
I think you should hold it up so we can see the awesome cover.
Cora Zeng is a crime scene cleaner, washing away the remains of brutal murders and suicides in Chinatown. But none of that seems so terrible when she's already witnessed the most horrific thing possible, her sister Delilah being pushed in front of a train. Before fleeing the scene, the murderer shouted 2 words, Bat Eater. So the bloody messes don't really bother Cora. She's more bothered by the germs in the subway railing, the bare hands of a stranger, the hidden viruses in every corner, and the bite marks on her coffee table. Of course, ever since Delilah was killed in front of her, Cora can't be sure what's real and what's in her head. She pushes away all feelings and ignores the advice of her aunt to prepare for the Hungry Ghost Festival when the gates of hell open. But she can't ignore the dread in her stomach as she keeps finding bat carcasses at crime scenes, or the scary fact that all her recent cleanups have been the bodies of East Asian women. As Cora will soon learn, you can't just ignore hungry ghosts.
Dun dun dun.
All right. What? Oh, Grady Hendrix blurbed this.
Huh.
I'm not surprised. What did you rate it, CJ?
I rated Bat Eater and Other Names for Cora Zeng with 4.5 stars.
Oh, okay.
And I'm very excited to hear what you rate it because I'm hoping it is a good rating.
So it's been a while, so I don't know if there's like half a stars attached to it. But I did give it 4 stars.
Sorry. I am so excited because I was reading it and I was like, I think Kait is really going to love this one. She's really, really going to like this one. I don't think we're going to be divided too much on this.
I can't remember why I didn't give it 5 stars because I don't know if it was like there was just missing
I know exactly
that thing.
why I didn't give it 5 stars. But
why
yes,
didn't you? Yeah, no, you tell me.
Okay, so we can jump right to the end. So
Okay.
I did not like the end where she burned up the governor's mansion. I just don't like that she went to that level and was like burning shit and somebody died, even though there's tons of horrible people and horrible things happening in the book. I just didn't want it to go there for her and that character. And that kind of just detracted from it for me. I also didn't think it was very believable that she could burn down Gracie Mansion and no one sees her carrying these things of kerosene or whatever. And again, not again because I haven't talked about it yet. But in my head, I've gone over this a million times. But, in the book, there's COVID going on. So the streets are much more empty than they normally would be in New York City. So I guess it would be possible for someone to kind of sneak up and do more things during COVID because there's not as many people around to see. But I still feel like there'd be security cameras on Gracie Mansion and that she wouldn't have gotten away from it.
Or just security in general.
Or just security in general. So that part just hit a little off for me. And that was the only reason I didn't give it 5 stars.
No, I also agree that I didn't find that the burning was believable. I think that the surrealness of the end possibly was also weird, and that could be the reason why, even though I did like the ending still in that sense of how everything came together. I will say, I swore up and down I would never read a book about COVID. But if I was going to read a book about COVID, I am very glad I read this book about COVID.
Yes.
Which, the first chapter, I was very worried about where it was going to. I do think that my impression of what I expected this book to be about from the title and just everything going on was not at all like what the book was about entirely. Like, I didn't expect the hungry ghosts. I really don't think I remember the synopsis at all. I think this was your recommendation. I just said sure,
and
I never even registered what the book was about at all.
I think it was my recommendation. I don't know what drew me to it, actually. I think I saw that Grady Hendrix blurbed it, actually, in a promotional email from either bookshop.org or Barnes & Noble or something like that. And I saw the cover art and I was like, oh my God, that's so pretty and creepy at the same time. It reminded me of like a Kingfisher, the Sworn Soldiers series novel. So I'm like, this is so pretty and it sounds good. And Grady says it's good. So I'm curious. And I was like, we're going to read it. And
I mean, this is a very Grady book. Let's be honest.
Yes, a very Grady book.
If you needed a book after reading all of Grady Hendrix's book, this is the author to go to for this book.
Yeah.
I know. I had someone over the weekend be like, hey, can you recommend an intro book to horror? Like, what, just dip my toe in. And in my head, I'm like, well, I'm not going to recommend the one I just read. She told me she read Grady Hendrix's Southern Book Club's Guide to I can never get that out. Anyway, she said that was too much. So,
well, then this would be way too much for her. Yeah.
But yeah, I was really. What I was saying is, like, because when you think of the title, I read the title, so I had going off the title, I had the cover, but I did not expect the hungry ghosts. I don't think I even expected a coronavirus portion. So when that came up, I was like, and I'll admit, the beginning of the book worried me just a little. I was like, I don't want to fucking read about us getting fucking toilet paper. Now I find it hilarious.
You're triggered.
Yes. And now I find it hilarious. And I love how she started the book. But when you first go in and you're not ready, and you're just like, God damn it. God damn it.
Yeah. Yeah, I loved so much about this book. I loved how different to me the ghost culture was, because I don't know anything about Chinese ghost culture, anything about Chinese folklore. I've never heard of hungry ghosts before, and I'm kind of shocked given how much I've read about ghosts. But it was a whole new concept to me, and I found it completely disturbing in the best possible way. Like, I wanted to burn joss paper and leave fruit around my house in July just to avoid possible hungry ghosts that could come after me. Because I find it so disturbing that they exist. Like, the idea that these ghosts just keep nomming on things until they find blood. And when Cora was discovering that there's fruit missing and bread missing in her kitchen, she didn't realize what it was and thought it was like a rat or a hobo, and it turned out to be the fucking ghost. Oh my God.
I know,
creepy as hell.
Like, all that lead up to it being the ghost was just peppered throughout of just like, I swear I had an extra apple in here. I had plans for the extra apple.
Yes.
And it was honestly Cora's her OCD-ish, what do you call it, when germophobic idiosyncrasies, like all of that. I fell in love with her as a character.
Yeah.
So much, because it was like she was trying to survive in the world, but she still had issues.
Yeah.
I don't know, every choice in this book felt honest to God perfect. Like, the fact that she was a crime scene cleaner, like, you don't see that very often in books. No. And I was just obsessed. And like, the reason she got into it, the people who worked with her, how she lived alone, her aunts, like, this book had so much depth for being so tiny.
Yes, it just it hit every note, like you said. And something I really loved in it that I usually don't like in novels these days was the whole social justice, injustice aspect. Because I feel like so many novels these days are just cashing in on the trend, for lack of a better word, of promoting, different cultures and pointing out microaggressions. They just throw the elements into the story without them actually fitting into the story. They're just like, oh, hey, I pointed at a stereotype, and there I pointed out a microaggression. And then they go into the rest of the story that has nothing to do what they just pointed out with. And it's like they're just checking things off a list. But this author with the Cora, I just keep calling it Cora Zeng because it's the shorter title. But with Cora Zeng, the author just wove everything together so beautifully. You couldn't have this story without that element to it. And it made it feel really authentic in the book. And I loved it. I ate it up. I thought it was so good. And so
no,
well
100%.
done.
It was so words today come to my head. It was so integral to the plot. And it was not just like you said, thrown in as something to tote about as like, oh, we're gonna talk about this. It was so integral to the plot of what was happening, and the fact of like it was introduced with her sister getting initially viscerally
the pushing.
It was the reason behind the murders.
Yeah.
I mean, in a weird way, I get the connection at the end, but for a lot of the book, and maybe this is why I didn't give it 5 stars, for a lot of the book, it did almost feel like 2 different stories, because we had, you know, the murders, the mystery side of that, figuring that out, being at the crime scenes, the bats, all that going on, and then we had this all other thing that's the ghosts and the issues that they're having there, and, you know, they'd come together at the end.
I do feel they do come together.
It was a little hard for me in that point to, like, I wanted more intersection.
Okay.
Instead of just feeling like 2 different stories. Like, she'd go home, she'd have ghost problems. She'd go to the crime scene, she'd have crime scene problems.
Can't catch a break. Yeah, it was just like, one of my notes is like horror upon horror. There's a triple threat. We have the hungry ghost, which has the folklore supernatural element. We have that seriously fucked up serial killer, which is the humanity sucks and we're all doomed element. And then she throws in the natural predator that we can do really nothing about, and which is COVID. And I thought that was a brilliant way, as you were saying, to work COVID into a story and make it even more terrifying. Because you have these 3 elements and you're trying to figure out how to deal with all of them at once. And it's just a perfect storm of crap.
But even in all the horror on horror and horror, I was not over horrored. It was
so good.
A beautiful balance. Like, it makes up for all the shit books we've just read of that.
Yes,
when I say shit,
does.
aka not horror books.
Yes. This was pure horror in so many senses of the word.
But without also just writing gore for the sake of gore. Like, I hate these horror books where it's like, I'm just gonna put in, like, Saw. Think of the Saw of books. Like, I'm not here to, I hate torture things that don't have, like, a distinct point.
Purpose.
But I'm just here for, like, The Purge and Saw. I'm just here to see people suffer. I hate that. I think it's disgusting. I think, like, the fact that they have become such widespread things is a serious issue with our society.
See, we're very demented as a society, yes, because of that.
Yeah, but when we have torture for a reason, or like this horror for a reason,
it's all well and good. We can totally support it.
Speaking of death and horror, what did you think about all the killing and the ways around the killing and how it was revealed in the book?
I thought it was really well done. So I usually don't read serial killer books. I read a few now for our podcast, but for the most part, if I have a choice, I will stay away from them. But this one, I agree, was just so brilliantly done. The killings were really creative and gruesome and truly horrifying and unique. Just the bat calling card alone, I had never seen that before. And the way that, and this is going to sound so awful, but the way that she had her serial killer kill all the victims was really unique. And again, I don't read a lot of serial killer stuff, so maybe it isn't unique, but it was very unique to me to find out all the ways these people would die. Like, the author even touched on 2 of my most horrific fears, which I will not point out here because I don't want anybody to inflict them upon me. But she tapped into 2 fears that I really don't tell a lot of people, and I was shocked to see them brought to light. I told you, because I trust you.
So she trusts me. I'm kidding.
Trust you. Don't sell it for money. And I was just astounded to see it in print and come to life. And I was also really excited to see it come to life because my mind is twisted like that.
I mean, it's a historical thing. I'm just saying.
Is it really?
Yeah, you don't know about that?
No, and I don't want to know.
All right, I'm going to tell you after this. I'm not, but I'll tell you who the historical figure is at the end.
I don't know if I want to know that either.
But yeah,
She ignored me.
No, I am. The one that, I don't know why, because it wasn't even gruesome, but just, I don't know if it hit. I think it just hit me really hard, was when the male cleaner died. God damn, what's his name?
In the washing machine. Harvey,
yes.
Was that his name?
What'd you say?
Harvey.
Harvey
got shoved in the washing machine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that one hit me hard too. I could picture it. The writing in this book
Yes,
is
Harvey.
so vivid without being overly flowery or anything like that, but everything I could picture happening in
Mm-hmm.
this book because of how well she wrote it.
Like, just, yeah, I know, because they show up out front. He's not, you know right away what they're going to find. I mean,
he's gone.
you don't know how you're going to
Yeah,
find him,
but you
but
just
you
know
know
it
you're going to
happened.
find him. And the way, like, they walk in, like, you're on, it was the most suspenseful part of the whole book, let's be honest. And
Oh,
you're just sitting there and you're like, oh God, don't let it be true. Let him be just fucking around. He didn't
yeah,
hear his
yeah,
phone.
right, right.
And then the washing machine's running and you're just like, oh, okay. And then, oh, yeah.
The face pressed against the glass. Oh my God. Oh
I
my
like, that
God.
broke me a little. That
I
broke
yelled.
me.
I think I yelled "son of a bitch" out when I was reading it. But it wasn't as dramatic a death. But what really got me
Mm-hmm.
was her friend Yifei. I don't know if that's how you say her name, but Yifei. She was my favorite character, my favorite
Mm-hmm.
fucking character because of her humor and everything she did. And I was like, why? Why do you have to kill her? Because she's brilliant and she needs to survive because we need her in the world.
So her childhood story was fucking weird and felt
Yeah.
slightly out of place.
Yes, I agree. That part was a little off for me as well.
And I thought that it was her sister. I was like, shiny gun here? Is it her sister that's doing all this?
Yeah. I don't remember the backstory, but I remember being like, this isn't what I
She's
thought it
in
was gonna be.
China with the one kid policy. They have her. They wanted a boy.
Yeah.
Then they had another kid. It wasn't a boy, it was a girl. And they got caught trying to drown her. So they shoved her into a
Mm.
closet so they wouldn't get in trouble. And then she got out
Oh
and killed all
yeah.
everyone.
Little convoluted. A little much. A little much. That's
Well,
like 0.25 of that missing half a star, I think.
I just like, so is it the sister coming back and haunting everyone?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, the
Interesting.
fact of who the serial killer really was, I do think had some good oomph behind it and emotion behind it. The fact that, yeah, one person started it all, but then it turned out to be like a bunch of people are serial killers. We're all serial killers in a way by like letting all this perpetuating dogma and stigma and racism persist in a way, you know?
Dude, that serial killer American Dreams dark website that she stumbled on, I was so nauseous at the fact that this probably exists
Oh,
in the world.
100%.
Like
Yes,
like
yes.
I had never heard the term. I don't know if bat eater is actually a derogatory term that came out during COVID because I do not want to look it up.
Pretty sure
But
it did. I do feel like I
I had
heard it,
never
yeah.
heard of it, but like all the
Oh.
vitriol and all the hatred and all the racism that happens in this book just had my mouth dropping open that people can be that horrible to other people. And like, I know it exists, I hear about it, but I'm a white girl in the suburbs. I don't experience it. And it really, like, I'm actually getting upset right now because it made me so upset that this is happening and that it could be fodder for a horror novel it's based in reality. You know, it's fucked up shit, man. Fucked up shit.
Oh no. But like
Ugh.
you don't feel like you just read a social justice book. You felt like you read a
No.
horror book
Yeah.
with a ton of lessons in it.
Yes, exactly. Very Grady Hendrix. Very Grady Hendrix. You
God,
know?
like our next Grady Hendrix, right? No, I cannot believe this was not written by Grady Hendrix. Like, no offense to you, Baker. But like, holy shit. Like, have you written other books? Is this your debut? Can I know more? Like, I need to
I
read
think
another
she
one.
has written other books, maybe.
I'm
I
looking
forget.
this
I
up.
think it showed. Do you have the first pages that you can flip through? I thought it
Well,
mentioned it.
I just pulled her up on Goodreads. Let's
Oh,
see.
okay.
So she wrote The Keeper of Night,
Mm-hmm.
The Scarlet Alchemist. Those are like, oh no, never mind.
Are they fantasy?
I think so. Let's see. The Keeper of Night. That sounds kind of hoary, right? 2021. It is a young adult fantasy.
Yeah, I think this might be her
So
first horror novel, but not her first novel overall.
Scarborough has been collecting souls in London streets for centuries.
Ugh,
I mean, that definitely
that's
sounds
pretty
kind
dark.
I just don't. I'm so bad. I don't like reading YA right now.
Mm,
I have a really hard time with it.
that's okay.
Let's see. Scarlet Alchemist is also young adult.
I
So,
would never. I just recently finished an arc of a book that it's women's fiction, and it's an adult women's fiction book, but it's the first adult fiction novel by a woman who usually writes YA. Okay. And I could immediately tell that this woman always writes YA, and this is her first adult fiction book because she wrote like that. I don't remember the name, actually.
Okay, because I was really into the YA space for a while, and then I just I don't know. I think I overdid it.
I honestly forget the name. I cannot remember right now. But but this book did not feel, the Bat Eater book did not feel at all YA. This was a full-on adult fiction horror, what the fuck novel.
So I have good news.
In a good way.
She has, on Goodreads, it's listed as Japanese Gothic horror book coming out next year.
We're gonna read it.
Did we just have another guaranteed buy author?
I think we have another guaranteed buy author because I am in love with this woman's writing. I am in love with it.
I agree. She made a really good fucking shift. And like you said, I really like the Asian influences and the Asian folklore.
Yeah.
And it's really different and fun into it as well.
Yeah.
She reminds me some of your favorite person.
You can say Cassandra Claw.
Yeah. Yes.
Fuck you, man. No. This is no Cassandra Claw. Cassandra Claw cannot write like this.
You did not read The Devil Takes the A Train or whatever.
Don't need to, because I saw what she does and I do not approve. She's no really Kylie Lee Baker.
No, I mean, I will agree, but I'm just saying. I'm enjoying this Asian horror writing theme genre that's coming out.
I do see the mixing in the horror elements of the Asian folklore, which I think is really cool. And I love that we are getting books like that now because, like I said, I've read so many ghost stories, and I feel like I read the same ghost story after a while over and over again. And this, for me, was completely fresh and new. Like that scene. So there's that one scene where she comes in and sees the bite marks on the table. That's weird and creepy. And then when she walks in to the apartment and sees the ghost going for the table, that whole imagery was so weird to me and so creepy and unsettling, and I loved it. You could just see it happening. What the fuck? You walk into that? That is nuts.
I want an image of the ghost. I want to know what
I wrote down some things where she had things that I liked, phrases. One was the needle-necked ghost that can barely support its own head. The imagery of that, you can just see it. It's awesome.
Walking.
Yeah. Just so eerie. When do you have a ghost that looks all distorted like that? That's so good. It's so original. And then the jade bracelet swinging from the skeletal arm was another thing that I liked. And when Cora's sweeping that path in that weird church crypt thing, which I thought was a little random, quite honestly.
Yeah.
But yes. And then all of a sudden the footsteps are there, and they shouldn't be because she just swept it.
I feel that Okay, Baker's very opposite writer from you, where I feel like she wrote such a tight book that she ended up throwing these side stories in to extend the length of the book. Because, there was only so much she could do with, them going to clean up crime scenes. And then, having the ghost, so she had to, pepper. But, also, Cora doesn't go out and do things, so...
Yeah. The religious exploration tangent was a little bit of a tangent now that I think about it. I could have done without it. It gives a nice spooky scene, but I could have done without it.
And these are the little things that added up why I didn't get 5. Yeah, I almost wish I did give it 5 though, because I don't know, I feel like my emotional feelings about a book should weigh higher than my technical thoughts on a book. And right now I have the biggest smile on my face and I'm reliving this book amazingly and dying for the next one. I would go to her book signing.
I've been so excited for this podcast episode because I could not wait to talk about this book. And I have not probably been this excited for a book since Scott Leeds' Schrader's Chord.
Not Wayward Girls?
No.
Oh. Okay.
No, not this level of excitement where something so fresh and new and different.
It is so fresh.
And just sparks something where it's I want to be a writer like this, It makes you want to write. She makes you want to write. And to me, that is the biggest compliment I can give a writer.
Well, for me, in the broad scheme of just books in general out in the world and what's getting produced, is I feel that we have so many of the tropes have been done. I'm not seeing super fresh stuff. And I know that horror as a genre is a lot smaller, like it doesn't have as many books, but I've always felt like a wall when it comes to horror because the themes of horror, ghost is a ghost.
Yeah.
Like, what's a horror? Ghosts, serial killers, zombies, blood and guts, cursed objects. Like, we get to these same things.
Yeah.
It's not as expansive as an area to go. And then I pick up her book, and I'm just like, okay, it's fresh again.
Yes, exactly. I agree completely. Everything is fresh. Everything's new. I couldn't wait to get back to the world that she created, even though there's horrible disfiguring mutilations of women in there and serial killers and really creepy ghosts.
Like, on the Richter scale of the blood in this is all like 5 blood drops. This is like I don't know. This might be the goriest book I've read.
I feel like it's not the goriest book I've read. It's the most creatively gruesome book I think I've read. But then again, I don't read a lot of gruesome books on purpose.
Fever House might be the worst. I don't recommend that one. Fever House?
I think I know that.
That might be the worst one.
Well, I know later this year we want to try tackling Tender is the Flesh.
Was it on our list?
That's on our list, but I cannot say the woman's last name or remember it offhand. I can see the cover.
It is. Oh shit, it is.
I'm scared of that one, and I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna tackle it. I feel like I've been preparing, like training for the gruesome marathon over the past couple years of the podcast, and I am ready to take it on. Are you? You gotta be ready.
Bad. Well, I wasn't even doing it. I had to be ready.
I didn't even know we were doing this.
Well, I didn't even know it was that bad.
Well, it's about cannibalism, so I hear it's pretty gory.
I mean, I watched Fresh, I think is what it was, which is amazing.
You read that book about the serial killers who were in love.
Yes.
With the eye thing. So I feel like if you got through that, based on what you have told me, you kind of can get through anything.
The eye thing is not the problem with that book. It is the ice cream. Okay.
I don't even want to know what the ice cream is, but you got through it. You got through it. I don't think anything will be as bad as what that is. I don't want to think.
Human body part is salty, and then using it as an ingredient in ice cream.
Oh, but this blood is ice cream?
No, not
That's
blood.
very Sweeney Todd.
Another liquidy thing that is excremented from a man's body.
That's like Van Wilder. Okay. I mean, not great, but I could.
But yeah, no, I handled the eyeballs just fine. I don't know. I think when you read it, it's not as bad because you can just like skim and not let your mind imagine it.
We'll see what happens when we do. Tender is the Flesh is not our next book, everyone. Just so you know.
No, but it is our last book of the year. We're going off.
Merry Christmas!
I feel like we should not make it the last book because we need to get back on the horse. Or we need to cleanse our palate and have like a rom-com Christmas.
We need to do like a Krampus Christmas or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited. I feel like if I put it off till next year, I won't do it. I'm going to lose.
No, we're going to do it this. No, I wasn't talking about that. We're doing it. It's on the list. I'm not fucking touching the list again. But, however, I'm not very excited for next book. I think it's going to be such a letdown, especially after like to follow up Bat Eater and Other Names by Cora Zeng.
A lot is gonna fall short compared to Bat Eater and Other Names.
I almost wish like the book after that one, because it's nonfiction, that I would, it's different. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
this is the high bar to beat, everybody, because like you said, it reminds me that there is really good horror out there, and we just have to sift through to find it.
Well, we need to be the good horror writers. We need to be the people.
Oh, I cannot be as good as Ms. Kylie Lee Baker.
I can do it.
You can do it. You're like, I feel confident in myself. I can do it.
No, I do. I think I could. I mean, maybe not. We need to work up to some of the creative things, but I think I could do it. Challenge accepted.
I also would like to point out that I think this book was very well edited, and that is something we have not seen in many horror books.
Yes.
So she's a good writer, and she had a good editor, and you are a good writer, and you get a good editor, and you could do this too. I agree.
True. I do feel like it's actually gone quite a bit of hype for the book as well. Like I do think when I bought this at the bookstore, she was like, "Oh my God, I read this and I loved it." So I do think that the name is getting around.
Good.
Hopefully we are helping the name get around. And don't forget, if you've made it this far and you haven't read it yet.
All of you.
Use our bookshop.org link below to get your copy. Now that's already been spoiled. Do you have any other thoughts? Or did we...
I think we touched on everything. I was just super excited to talk about this book. My rating stays the same, 4.5.
Oh,
and
I
it's
want to
just
give
a
it
good
5.
it's a good fucking time, you know?
I'll probably be
Despite it being
4.5.
horrific.
I'll probably be 4.5.
4.5? Yeah.
I will say,
want a
she
good
does
horror book,
not
just
look
pick
like
it up.
someone who should be a horror writer.
I know, she looks so sweet
I know.
and innocent and nice.
It's the innocent ones.
And the places her mind goes are just so fucking twisted, and I love it.
If you're trying to be a writer and you want to get into horror or just like writing in general, this is a great example of a well done, plotted, gore level reveals of the death, of the killings, folklore
Weaving
added
everything in. Yeah.
This is a really fucking tight, well done book.
Yeah.
I feel like I remember, was it this one? I was like halfway through and I was already like, I feel like I've read so much already.
Yes. And there was still so much more to go. I'm like, what is going to happen? There is so many pages still left.
But it wasn't like when you read Fellowship and Lord of the Rings and all that, where you're just like, oh my God, I have to pay attention to every word because it's like, it's still read so easily. Like it was such a fun romp. Like you want a book for the beach. This is your beach read. This is your fucking beach read.
This is your blood spattered horror beach read this year.
Summer week.
Definitely.
Yeah, I might raise it to 4.5. I don't know. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. Just read it. Go read it.
Trust
us, go read it. I can't imagine anybody being disappointed with this book unless you're an asshole racist. Then you would be disappointed with this book. But normal people will be loving this book.
I don't even know who to recommend this to in my friend circle because it's not an...
I do have one person, but one person.
Okay. Like,
because he loves horror the way we do.
Okay, yes, make, force, tie up, shove book in front of eyeballs. I'm just thinking about, I'm like, if someone wanted me to recommend something for them to read for horror, this would not be my recommendation. Like, you need to read a few books, and then if you can read like Katie Hendricks and it means nothing to you,
it's just not a gentle ease into the genre.
Yeah. I also, like, every time someone asks me, what horror should I read? I'm like, okay, so what are your tropes? What do you like? Do you like ghosts? Do you like hauntings? Do you like crazy serial killer? Or do you like monster? What's your vibe, man? Yeah. So you can't just tell me you want to read horror. No.
I feel like, though, this is a good book to read if you happen to be hosting a horror book club.
Is it, though?
You know?
Oh, I know. It's already there. Okay, so for our next book, we are going to be reading Home is Where the Bodies Are by Geneva Rose. And I'm going to read really quick the synopsis for all of you. After their mother passes, 3 estranged siblings reunite to sort out her estate. Beth, the oldest, never left home. She stayed with her mom, caring for her until the very end. Nicole, the middle child, has been kept at arm's length due to her ongoing battle with a serious drug addiction. Michael, the youngest, lives out of state and hasn't been back to their small Wisconsin town since their father ran out on them 7 years before. While going through their parents' belongings, the siblings stumble upon a collection of home videos and decide to visit those happy memories. However, the nostalgia is cut short when one of the VHS tapes reveals a night back in '99 that none of them have any recollection of. On screen, their father appears covered in blood. What follows is a dead body and a pact between their parents to get rid of it before the video abruptly ends. Beth, Nicole, and Michael must now decide whether to leave the past in the past or uncover the dark secret their mother took to her grave.
I picked this one, didn't I?
I think you did.
I think I wanted us to get away from haunted stuff.
I want to go back to haunted stuff now.
And now I'm just like, I too am a little regretful, but it could blow us away. I'm excited to give it a chance.
So I think the edition that I'm going to end up getting is actually a little bit in a sleeve that's like a VHS, and you like pull it out and it like, yeah, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see what I get.
Whatever the library gives me. Because I'm
poor.
Yes,
so if you want to join us for our next book club, which will be the second Thursday in July. Wow, I had to do calendar math in my head. The first Thursday in July. Make sure you use our bookshop.org link below to help support us and to keep making content for all of you. It also is great because bookshop.org allows you to pick your local indie bookstore, and it helps to support them as well. So it's a great alternative to Amazon.
So win-win.
Thank God.
Yeah.
So do we have anything else, friends?
Nope, except
Are we ready
goodbye.
to sign off?
We're ready to sign off.
Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Dark Side of the Word. Please make sure to rate, review, and subscribe to this show so that we can help other listeners or viewers like you find this content. Happy reading, friends. Bye!